My contribution on the budget is based on our population. We're now a million. We're 20% of the country's population. Māori received under 1% of the budget. They get to spend $180 billion a year, to service the government's agenda. If I was to work out 20%, it's about 36 billion, at least. But we got under 1%, at 0 point something, 0.2 or some bloody thing like that. If you were to work it out, so there's not much to talk about the budget, other than we got stuff all. We didn't even get the crumbs, and quite often these governments, and I've used the analogy
or the sprinkles.
Before, national, Labour will give you the crumbs on the plate, Māori, and say, here's your crumbs, but they say, we will feed it to you. National will say, we'll have the same plate with the same crumbs on it and say, go over there and eat it. But this time, that same plate, they blew on it and blew most of the crumbs off it, and there's bugger all on it, and wherever they eat and bugger all. And so that's the analogy I use quite often. And for Māori, that's our reality. That is just our reality. We never ever get it proportional to our population, or even proportional to Te Waitangi. Never.
Or it's proportional to the Māori benefit to the economy, which the Māori economy is, the figure often quoted is $160 billion.
Yep.
But again, that's the multiplier effect of that. No, it's not. But the multiplier effect of that also, because for Māori, the economy isn't just about productivity and dollars, just like GDP doesn't measure the well-being of a community. For us as Māori, when you cut away whānau ora or hau ora services, basically those who are on the ground, who have their eye on their region, who are able to go away from the hau ora, from the public health system, they take the weight away from the public health system. They actually stop the bottlenecking that's going on in the public health system, and they do the rest of Aotearoa a huge favour. They don't just look after, you're Māori, so you ignore everyone else. Never. In fact, we have an iwi services here, which is 51% Māori, 49% non. The point is, the minute you take away those who are forever people in their communities from being part of solutions, whether it be in a hau ora, whānau ora, kura kaupapa way, you've actually taken everyone back to the front door of the service that was failing, that isn't open for them, and then you create this huge crumble. And we've seen it in emergency services. So go figure. They've taken all the frontline Māori services. They've cut the Māori vaccinations. They've cut the whānau ora services. Oh, what's that you say? The A&E services are crumbling because you've got a big waiting list. They can't get through. Really? People are getting, now serviced in the corridors. Wow. I wonder why. Because all those who are around, the little microsystem, the ecosystems around those big, hospitals, you've taken them away. And so, there's this whole denial of where those businesses who are Māori community run belong in the bigger ecosystem. We saw it during COVID. What happened? Iwi went out. They mobilized out. They went into the communities. And you know what they did? They took the weight off the hospital system. The hospital was able to then deal with acute, issues. It's just stupid that their bigot behavior can't see how it works well on the ground. But I can't. Is that right, Simeon? So people are now, not able to get through A&E because it's bottlenecked. Well, who created the bottleneck? You moved the Māori health services out of the way. You cut whānau ora. You cut hau ora. You cut all those that are on the ground. Go figure.